Davante Adams is very frustrated with his role in the offense.
I would be
He says,
too.
I'm just not here to hang out. What are your thoughts on 17?
My thoughts are on 17 is that's right. That's right. Why does he have to settle for mediocrity? Because they have. Why does he have to? Why does he have to? You have a top tier receiver on your team that gives you a chance to win week in and week out. He is a difference maker. He is someone that can hit his head off the goalpost from anywhere on the field. He is someone that makes everyone else around him job easier, including the offensive coordinator and including the quarterback. They played the goddamn New England Patriots last weekend. He had 2 catches. Mind you, you might have won the game. But let's say you weren't playing the New England Patriots. Don't allow teams to dictate what you want to do with your best players, especially someone of that magnitude, if you want to have a winning attitude and have a winning mentality. Dictate what you want to do. Don't allow them to dictate to you. I can keep going.
Ocho.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Ocho.
Yes, sir.
The Patriots are not dictating where the ball's going. The quarterback is. Look at the quarterback that you got. What did you think you was going to get when you got Jimmy Garoppolo?
Whoa.
What did you? Oh, go ahead.
You got Jimmy Garoppolo, right?
Yeah.
You could have the Pope under center. You could have the Pope under center who don't know nothing about football, and you look at Davante Adams' resume and understanding what he can do regardless of coverage, regardless of needing the help of an offensive coordinator to scheme him open, understanding he has the DNA to get it off the muscle from anywhere, from the outside, from the inside, coming out the backfield, condensed split, tight split, wide split. He doesn't even need help. He's what I like to call it. Remember Marvin Harrison?
Yeah.
Used to line up on the right side of the field?
Right.
And all Peyton had to say was,
Reggie Wayne, you lined up on the
Reggie
left.
Wayne, you know what? Get open. I don't need to scheme nothing. Davante is that type of player. So it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. You know you have someone that is going to be open for you every single time. It's easy. It's not hard. Why? You don't have to complicate it. Why make it difficult?
Think about this, Ocho. Go back and look at Jimmy Garoppolo when he played his best football.
Yes, sir.
It was in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
Look at Kyle Shanahan's system. Now, what did Jimmy do? Quick pass, jailbreak screen, handoff, swing passes.
Right.
Okay. Are you going to change? So are you going to revamp your offense to get the maximum? Because you got to understand, and this is what I always tell people.
Right.
When you sign a guy in free agency,
yes, sir,
you better use him like they used him where he came from and why you fell in love with him. Because if you don't, you see, if I get a towel, if I buy a towel to drive with it, it shouldn't be a shower curtain. It shouldn't be curtains that I hang up in my living room because that's not what I bought it for. You got Jimmy G and you know what his skill set was. So why are we upset that he can't maximize what Davante does when he never did that for anybody else?
This is the thing. This is the thing. He's never done it with anybody else, but he's also never had a Davante Adams. Right. Come hella high water, Jimmy G, being a quarterback, you have someone that makes your job easy. You know what? I know whatever play I call right now, regardless of coverage, I know who I can count on. I know who I can count on to win every single time. Every single time. Sometimes you can improvise. Sometimes as a quarterback, you can go off script based on the personnel that's surrounding you. Davante Adams is one of those people. Can you imagine? I'm just thinking, hypothetically speaking, Unc, if I never played quarterback a day in my life, at the highest level.
Too bad for you.
But if I was with the Raiders, listen, I'm feeding that because I know I can move up and down the field by feeding the individual that cannot be stopped regardless of what they do defensively. All we have to do is put them in positions to win. It's really simple. I'm not sure whose ego is so complicated or whose ego is so inflamed over there offensively, whoever the coordinator may be. It's easy.
Josh McDaniels is the coordinator.
No disrespect.
He's a better coordinator than he is a head coach. As a head coach, he was an epic failure in Denver.
Do you think he's calling the plays?
He's only been good in New England. Remember when he was the OC at the Rams? He was terrible. Remember when he was the head coach at the Broncos? He was terrible.
Right.
He backed out of a job. He had a job in Indy. He backed out of that.
Yeah.
And then ended up getting another job. Ocho, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Can you get butter from a duck?
No, I don't think so. You can't get no butter from no duck now.
Can you get bacon from a chicken? So in other words, you're asking Jimmy G to give you something that he can't. Why can't you understand that? Damn what he is.
This the NFL. Jimmy G's job is to throw the ball. Jimmy G's job is to throw the ball. There are people in the game called the NFL. You have quarterbacks and you have receivers. You have tiers of receivers, right? You have tiers
of quarterbacks.
Right. So you have a tier 1 receiver that can make a good quarterback look brilliant.
Yes.
Look amazing. It's not hard. It's not complicated. It's really simple. If Jimmy G is one that you feel you can't win with, or he can't really get the job done, he doesn't need to be in a Kyle Shanahan's offense. You know why? Because you have someone like the likes of Davante Adams that makes his job fucking easy. It makes his job easy.
But what Kyle did is that he masked. Kyle was makeup. He didn't let you see those imperfections that Jimmy G had. You see, you've been in a situation. You see the nice lady at the club, and there's something about them lights at the club. I don't know what the hell they do. I need to get some of them in my house. But they make everything look good. Right. And then all of a sudden she get home and she ain't under those lights. And she start taking off her makeup. And yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And she come up out them skims or whatever they call them, and everything hit the floor. Like everything dropped like what the hell? Who dropped marbles out their pocket? And everything rolling around. And then all of a sudden, she take off lashes. She wrapped her head up in a bonnet.
Right.
See what Kyle Shanahan did? He didn't let you see those imperfections. Right. Now you got him in a different light, and you see him for what he actually is.
And this is a funny thing. I'm glad you said that. So in the NFL, you have players that get coaches fired, and you have players that can prolong a coach's career.
Absolutely.
You have Jimmy G, right? And those imperfections that you speak of, there's an individual that can mask those, and he wears number 17. He can mask all those imperfections by moving around and put him in situations to either get the ball out of Jimmy's hands fast, or if you want to do play action, if you want to use Josh Jacobs, establish the run, but you have someone that can wheel you down the field at will at any given moment, and you're not using it. So you're complicating it. At this point, I think they're doing it on purpose. At this point, I think they're doing it on purpose. Honestly,
but why?
I think they sabotaging it on purpose. I don't know, because they have a different mindset. They thinking differently upstairs. We don't know what they're thinking, but when you understand what they have in that building, when you understand what they have in that room, when you understand the resume and the DNA and who Davante Adams is and what he can do on the field, regardless to who's in front of him, against any coverage, 2 catches is fucking nonsense. That's nonsense, and I mean that with all due respect to all parties involved.
You said you wanted to see Chad. You wanted to see Davante in Dallas.
Oh yeah, talk to me now. Yeah.
So if CD, hold on, is CD gonna give up that 88? Because the 88 is supposed to be special. Davante Adams walks in the door. So if he walks in the door, who's gonna now? You do remember this, Ocho? They got rid of Amari Cooper, so CD could be number 1. Without anybody challenging him.
Nope, don't do that. Don't do that. That's not why. That was a business decision because
how that business decision working out for him?
Jerry Jones didn't want to pay that $20 million. That's where it came from.
He already paid it. Look at Gallup. So tell me, so now everybody's saying they need a number 2 receiver. Now you see Amari Cooper balling.
Yeah. It was nothing wrong with him in the first place. There was no need to get rid of him. You got rid of him because you didn't want to pay the money. You didn't want to pay the money, and you felt you were going to get the production from elsewhere or something close to it. That's not the case for someone that good. That's not the case.
Sometimes you have to remove because, in my estimation, because he's so technically and fundamentally sound. Amari's not going to concede. He's not going to say, "Oh, okay." It's kind of like with Jerry and T.O. Jerry wasn't going to concede that number 1 spot to T.O. They had to get Jerry out of there. They had to.
They had to get T out of there. Okay, I see what you mean.
No, remember on Jerry Rice Day, T.O. caught 20 passes.
Oh, okay,
on Jerry Rice Day.
Okay. Yeah,
they had to move on for Jerry because in Jerry's mind, Jerry wasn't going to concede. He's not the number one receiver.
Right.
Amari Cooper, you know how you're number one. You ain't conceding ish.
Whoa. I did though. I did. Why did I do
because T.O. was just better than you though.
No, T.O. No. I'm the better receiver. Sometimes numbers don't tell the whole story. Anyway, that's my dog. We'll get on that
number?
later.
That's the story. If I dial that number, if I dial your number that's in my phone, will you pick up? Okay, them numbers tell the story then.
Yeah, I know they do. Well,
that's the story.
Listen, and I was happy. I stood on the table. I think it was before Buffalo. I think that's what. Man, I went up to Mr. Brown. I went to Marvin Lewis. I say, man, listen, man, we got to get a T in here. You know, me and T, we 20 years strong in the game. Friends outside of the game, on the field. I was happy and had no problem taking a backseat to one of the greatest to ever play the game. I was happy. So listen,
that's your friend.
Yeah, but we talk about winning. I was looking at the bigger picture. Now it didn't work out the way I thought it would, but I think why can't CD see the same thing? Why can't he see the vision? Jerry Jones always want to be front and center. He want to be the GM. He want to be the president. He want to be the custodian. He want to be the janitor. He want to run the show. And the brand, the Cowboys, you haven't won a Super Bowl in how long? So why not make a splash? And why not bring in that splash of having Davante Adams and improving your offense drastically just like that and becoming a goddamn Super Bowl favorite?
Let me ask you a question, Ocho.
Why not?
At what year were you in your career when that happened? You do realize you had already gone to 6 Pro Bowls. You had already led the league in receiving. You had already been an All-Pro.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb hasn't been to as many Pro Bowls. He hadn't accomplished the things. So he's not going to be as willing a participant as you to concede.
Whoa. I thought the common goal was to get the Lombardi trophy.
Isn't that what, Ocho.
Listen to me. Is that not what we preach about all the time? Oh. There is one team. Listen to me now. There's one team that moves the needle in all media. One team that moves the needle. And every year it's the same conversation. We have the talent, we have the players, we have the personnel to go to the Super Bowl, and they continue to fall short every year. Why not add that one special dynamic that can put you over the hump offensively? Why not?
Ocho,
I'm just saying. I'm speaking hypothetically.
Okay, Ocho, I'm not disagreeing with you, but you know. People say, I want to win, but 95% of people want to win, but they want to win their way. You know that.
Wait, so are you talking about Jerry Jones? Is that his way? Are you talking about from CD's standpoint?
I'm saying people. Coach Belichick would rather lose his way than win somebody else's way.
See, and that, you know what? That's the problem. That's another problem.
Well,
that's probably what's going on over in goddamn Vegas. Get the man the goddamn ball, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up getting fired, and you're going to be at home wondering why you got fired, because you're not using the players you have to the best of their ability. I don't. Because of ego. Because I'm gonna try to win my way. Just what you just said. I'm going to win my way, and if my way involves not getting Davante Adams the goddamn ball, so be it. Now look at you.